Good afternoon and welcome to Padre's Ponderings.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Fourth week in Advent, last week in Advent. 4 candles lit last Sunday. Only got the big white one left.
Switched out some bows in here already to red.
I was on the historic campus this morning and they already started shifting the colors from purple to white over there. Roger's got the big thing. The cross already changed up. All the flower poinsettias come in tomorrow, I think it is.
Poinsettias are coming tomorrow? Yes.
Big doings. Big doings. And you got your chicks home for Christmas time?
Children are home, yes. Young adults are home.
Well, this is true.
Yes. Took a car to the garage this morning to get a complete overhaul while it's home. Because you know young adults don't typically do that on their own. So, checking all those boxes of things you have to do while they're home.
And she's driving from Kentucky. She didn't have any problems, and she made some stops along the way, and she didn't drive it straight through anything.
No, it was all good. And the temperature is supposed to be like 23 this weekend.
Up in Kentucky?
No, right here.
Seriously?
23. So people like our friends that came down from Kentucky, like Charlie, who loves cold weather. Charlie, you're in line.
Nathan from West Virginia?
Loves cold weather, yes.
Whoa.
So they will be happy.
Well, if it's that cold, is it going to be any snow?
Well, right. They were calling for potential dusting a couple of days ago, but now it's not showing any precipitation, so just cold. So, yeah.
No snow or ice would be. That'd be good because down here we can't handle that.
So it was brought up in our support staff meeting this morning that we need to check the temperature, the thermostat at the school, because we're having service on Saturday night, and it's going to be cold, which is so to make sure our
you need to make sure Roger's
gym is not cold.
On top of that too.
Right.
Takes
it's
a
all
while
the little things you have to think about.
Heat up that church.
Oh, it does, absolutely.
But it'll be great.
Already time for Christmas. So have you finished your shopping?
I don't know. I have to check with Becky and see. That's always my big surprise every year is what did I get her?
What did I get you, yes. Well, you know what? You get to a point where that just works. That just works.
You know, and it does. You know, we're blessed and, you know, you don't need to go out and buy some kind of junk thing that's just going to end up in a closet or something like that. So.
And none of us really need anything.
So she'll come up with something. I don't know. Last year got black socks, I think.
You usually get a sweater.
She was looking for a sweater, but I didn't find one.
Okay.
She came up with one that was this offbeat kind of color, and
it was too much, too out there, too different.
It would usually look like a neon light walking around with that thing on. I'm telling you, it was. Was it yellow?
What was it?
No, it was red, but it was a chartreuse red or something. I mean, it was. I've got a red sweater.
Vivid.
It was. Whoa. Really.
Pentecost. No, it'd be too hot.
No, this is out there.
More towards a hot pink.
Yeah, it was a hot red. You know,
okay.
And they had different other colors like that too that had that same kind of neon look about it. It was just unusually a bright color. You know, I'm more of a subdued kind of guy. I'm a ponderer, and I like pondering kind of sweaters. I don't want something that's in your face. Gracious goodness. Yeah, you could see that red sweater had been something they could have given to the people working on highways on the road and stuff out there. It'd be better than the yellow things they wear.
Caution.
Golly day. Get their attention way down the road. Way down the road. So what you got on the stand over there?
Speaking of Christmas gifts.
Speaking of Christmas gifts.
We have a precious parishioner who has the gift of woodworking. And every season, so I know usually Easter and Christmas, our clergy get a gift. So yesterday's gift, I love this. So we have all the pastors represented here. And the attention to detail is amazing. The highlights in your hair, I don't know if you noticed. how this wonderful person took the time to put your highlights in.
I thought my highlights were a little blonder than that.
Well, perhaps that person didn't have that color paint. But, however,
Our hair is about the same color.
oh, it's mine? Okay, no, all right. But your stole is embroidered, and it says, "It's a beautiful day in the Low Country."
Oh, I like that.
Isn't it? And your face is there. And then here we have Pastor Jonathan with 2 books, the Bible and C.S. Lewis. And he has on white bucks. And his stole says, oh, let's see if I can. "You are the light of the world," which he ends almost every service by saying that, in a city on a hill. So how neat is that? His
Wonderful.
face is there. And then here is Nathan. Nathan's stole says, "You are the children of the Lord your God." And it's got a child there looking up at him, and to represent him being at Cross School, being the chaplain at Cross School. But isn't that special?
Really.
A labor of love.
Yep, and just a
For
way to
each of
use your
you.
gifts and talents to
Right.
bless other people. That's great.
Because that took a lot of time. And then the painting and shellacking and the whole bit. I love it.
Well,
I love it.
That kind of thing, it would take me forever to try to do, and I wouldn't come up with anything.
Didn't
close
you have to
that.
take shop as one of your classes in
8th
like
grade.
middle school?
8th grade, 1 semester.
Was that the one class in your lifetime you didn't get an A in, or did you get an A?
I got a C and was thankful for it.
You got a C in shop. Is that the only time you didn't make an A?
No, I'm sure I made something else, but I remember that C. And thing is, the project, you went through several kind of things. Then I had to make 2 things. One of them was a box with 2
Okay.
compartments. Not easy. Then the real
Did
trick.
it have to be certain dimensions,
Yeah,
like the
oh,
whole
yeah.
bit?
Oh yeah, no,
Okay.
no, you had to make it the way the shop
Okay,
instructor
all right.
said. And then the second one, the box was challenging. The second one was a tray. A tray that had room for 3 glasses on this end and 3 glasses on this end, and then so it had sides on it
Right.
and an end on it. Then the thing right here with the 3 holes in it. Then in the middle you had a place that was down underneath the sides where it wouldn't slide off, that you put dishes or something like that, whatever you were serving.
Oh, so it was literally a serving tray for your
Yeah.
plates and cups.
I kept that tray for a long time as a
Reminder.
reminder. Just a reminder that you got a long way to go, big boy. You got
That was your humility.
And every year went by, I look at that thing and say, "Phew, thank you for the C."
Okay, so that was one. So in 8th grade, you fully understood what was not a gift and what
Oh,
did
yeah.
not bring you joy.
I was not going to be a carpenter. I was not walking in Joseph's footsteps. No. But some people, they could do that.
I know.
It just came so easy to them. They could work the lathe and all the rest of it. And the thing is, not only could they do it, but they loved doing it.
And that's the difference.
That's the thing.
Are you doing what you're gifted in and are passionate about? Because when those collide, it's a beautiful thing.
For me, making that tray and box and all that, that was not a labor of love, that was labor. That was labor. Good Lord, deliver us from that shop class. And you had to take it, that's the thing. Everybody had to take it. Oh. That's like at Georgia Tech in my freshman year, everybody had to take, it was on the quarter system then, everybody had to take 1/4 of drown proofing.
Well, we talked about that before. Now I
Yeah.
think that's actually that's
That
a
was
good
great.
life skill.
That's exactly right. But that's what I was fixing to say. That was great because that has applications.
Yeah.
Whether you swim or not, you might end up in the water. But making the tray, I couldn't connect into all that. So. No. But one must endure, persevere.
And part of that is, middle school, high school, you're trying to figure out what you enjoy and what you're good at. so you knew right away, 8th grade, nope, not,
Oh, yeah.
not.
But see, I could have told them that before I took the
Creation.
class.
Well, but then you knew for sure.
You know, that's like saying to your child, you know, don't touch that stove, it'll be hot. The child wants to check it out. I don't have to experience everything. I can learn vicariously from other people's experiences. But man, looking at all those machines in it, that sawdust, and wood is tricky. It's got the grains go a certain way and all that. You had to stain that tray. Staining is not easy either.
No, that's why you look at this, and she did it with the grain, like it's beautiful. Yeah. It pulls out the way she did it. It pulls out the beauty of the wood.
I look at that and I see the tray. and
Challenge.
So I have a degree of appreciation for that many people would not.
Right, based on your experience.
Oh yeah, that's intricate work there.
Yes.
Intricate. But
all right, well let me ask
thankful
you.
that people have the gift. You know, we got a lot of gifts here in the parish.
Oh my goodness.
A lot of gifts.
It is in Scripture. We're one body with many parts.
Many parts.
Everybody has a gift. When you were farming, was that an area of giftedness, or were you using some of your areas of giftedness? Was it more out of
there was a necessity.
duty?
There was a necessity, duty thing to that too. But I like growing things. You know, I like growing churches and people and all that.
Oh, that's a good way to put it. I wouldn't have thought about that.
You know, I could see, you know, the ground is naked and you prepare it and all that, put the seeds in it, and you watch it come up, you watch the harvest. I mean, it's just, farming is a microcosm of life. And then you're working with the beef cattle, life and death, that cycle is right there. So, I mean, there's a lot of carryover from working with children in the school, working with that, and working in ministry.
Was there a lot of
I
character
enjoyed the
building
farming part
too?
of it, but you know, I could drive the big tractors and the little tractors that we had, spray machines. I could plow and all the rest of that. But just like plowing a field, that's not as easy as it looks.
Mm-mm.
I remember the first time I got on a tractor with a big disc harrow behind it. No, when I got on the disc harrow's not bad. You know, you're running across, you're just plowing the field up. But get out there with a planter, and you're doing a bedding and planting at the same time. Boy, you better know how to do a straight line, or otherwise you get to the end of a big field and as you're going over this way like that, and that stuff's not all match up because the combines and everything are coming right behind it.
And if you don't match it up, then you're losing.
Oh God!
You're losing crop.
You know, if you run 4 rows this way and then this is a few inches off, you know, the few inches over the length of a 50-acre field is feet at the end.
Mm-hmm. So how much?
And so you can't go this way and then ease back that way because of the
Product you're
combines.
losing, right?
Oh yeah. Every inch is really important. And those fellows that work for us, you had the tracer wheels on the side. You turn, clip that tracer wheel down. As you're going down, it's tracing a line 8 feet over, and when you turn up there, you're going to point the tractor right down the middle of that line and drop the tracing wheel on the other side. Okay. The trick is the first one. When you got no trace, that's when you have to have an eye on the horizon. You pick out something there.
So you have to pick something like dancers have to pick a mark.
Yeah. So, but I learned a lot in that.
That's a biblical reference too, right there. Mm-hmm. Like you have to keep your eyes. Were you always a very patient person, or do you think that because you have to be patient in farming?
I'm a pretty patient person because I work in terms of goals, and it's not a goal if you can accomplish it like that. A goal is something that's out there to be realized at some future point in time after certain steps have been taken. So there has to be a sense of where you're going and how you get there, and understand that you're not going to get there the next minute. And so you got to work yourself one way, but you always got an eye focus there, just like you got on that plowing that field. You got an eye focused on where you're going so that you don't deviate this way or that, so that every step you make
line.
it's making you a little closer to your goal out there. But anything worth realizing is takes time. And when you're dealing with people or children or crops, you got to take the long view. You really do. And I've always had that. Do I get impatient sometimes? Sure. But I'm impatient with myself. See? And being impatient with myself, I have an ability to control my emotions. I don't go up and down and all that kind of stuff. And if you learn to be patient with yourself and control your own emotions, then you can be patient with other people. If you don't, then you react to everything that's going on that doesn't suit or doesn't fit into your plans and stuff like that, and you just chomp people off at the knees. You can't do that. Not in a leadership role. Leadership role, you always got your eyes on the big goal. Where are we going out there? Where are we going? And how other people fit in to help get you there. And the goal is something that the Lord gives you. It's not something you just generate from your own sense of whatever.
So that's one thing that, as we're wrapping up, we only have a week and a half left of 2022, and looking ahead at 2023, we'll have an annual meeting this year, which we haven't had an in-person annual meeting
We've
in
been doing it since
3 years.
All the COVID stuff.
Right, so this would be after 3 years. So you'll be able to give us the vision moving forward this year and what's coming up.
Be on Shrove Tuesday. We'll do that. Yep. Try to lay it out there. Working on that idea now. What are the points to bring up? And the first thing is reviewing this year that we're in right now, because that's the foundation for the year ahead. And the year ahead is going to be not an end in itself, but a foundation for the year following that. And again, you're sharing with people what's at the other end of the road, as best God has revealed it to you at that time. So that'll be good. That'll be good. And I hope we're going to have a crowd of people for services.
I know, this weekend. So 5 services on Christmas Eve, and then 1 on Christmas Day.
I was talking to Nathan a little while ago, and he said he's got his sermon ready for the children's service at 3 o'clock. He's going to dress up like a wise man.
If you have children or grandchildren that'll be in town for that, last year it was just such a great, just delightful, happy service. There are kids all over the place, and to see them all dressed up and coming in with their families and sitting together as a family. And last year Nathan was a shepherd. He's ordered his costume for Saturday. I don't think it's come in yet, but he's excited. So.
And he told me about his outline for the service at 4:30 for the adult contemporary service. And then I'll be.
And children can come to that too. We do have a children's program. Our children can come to all of our services, but that one is geared towards,
The 3
little
o'clock
ones.
is.
The 3 o'clock is geared
And then at
towards
the
little
4:30,
ones.
there's a children's program while the service is going on.
Similar to Sunday school and on Sunday morning.
And then after we get out of that, then you got 6 o'clock here, which is the high mass. There's no nursery at 6, 8, 10. There's no nursery Sunday morning either. So we'll have a high mass here with incense and candles and brass, and then we'll go from here to 8 and 10. It'll be the same kind of service on the historic campus. And it's always all those services are pretty, as the candles, everything shows up, the lights on the trees, all that goes, it'll be dark outside. And then the next day we'll have no incense and no brass. It'll be Jody on the piano, and I'll be there, and we'll be singing Christmas carols, and I'll give a message, and we'll have communion together. It'll be more of we call it a quiet service. It's not really quiet because we're singing and preaching and all the rest of that. But compared to the other services.
Quieter than the night before.
Oh yeah, compared to them, it's more intimate. And normally the folks who come to that are ones who can't get there the night before. But we do have a few people that will double dip and maybe come to the children's service or something like that, and then come to a more contemplative kind of service. So Nathan's handling the two over there.
Jonathan. Oh, two at Cross Point,
Yeah,
yes.
Nathan's handling the two over there. Then I'll be here
At
for 6 o'clock, and I'll be on Christmas Day over there. And Jonathan and Tom will be doing the two on the historic campus, 8 and 10 o'clock that night. Be good. Looking forward to it. And even though it's going to be cold, I'm hoping that doesn't keep people away, because it's not going to be raining.
Not. Put a coat on.
Yeah, it's not going to be raining. Well, I don't know if it's going to be raining or not.
I don't think so. I think it's just going to be cold. So
If it was cold and it started raining, we'd be in trouble with ice and snow. So
it is going to be cold, so you can pull out those winter coats that you haven't used for a long time.
well, you know what we can look forward to then?
There will be some fur.
We can look forward to the aroma of the incense colliding with the aroma of mothballs.
Mothballs.
People bring out all their old clothes. There's this collision going on there. So we might end up saying, "Thank you, Jesus, for the incense," because that's what they were used for, was to cover smells and stuff. So
I love that smell.
what, the incense?
Incense. I do.
And Nathan got new incense for us this year.
We ordered, it came in the other day, and he's got the charcoal. I think he really loves the incense as well, and the thurifer, and he
He's
and milt
Anglo-Catholic in hiding.
with charismatic mixed in.
Yeah.
He and Mitch Brock, I think, is doing it.
On the historic.
At 8 o'clock.
And Mill Simmons is doing it here.
Yes, and they're practicing on Thursday. So.
It's interesting.
I love it.
That incense, you know, you pick the fragrance. It's kind of like it's like pipe tobacco, and you pick whatever it was. And I remember that my grandfather used to smoke a pipe every now and then, and Sir Walter Raleigh.
Was the type of
It was a
tobacco?
kind of oblong-shaped can, went kind of like an oval on the top. It was red, and Sir Walter Raleigh had a distinctive aroma about it. But every pipe tobacco did. So you picked out the kind of pipe tobacco that you wanted to smell.
I don't know what
As opposed to
incense was we picked.
Lucky Strikes and Camels, and they all smell the same.
Right. I can't remember which one we ordered, but Nathan picked it out. So.
Yeah, the different combinations of tobacco and
if you're not an incense person, incense now is like no cough incense. So now, if people start coughing, it's just
in here, not here.
Which happens
Oh,
because you have a past memory of
that power
it
suggestion
being so strong. If you've ever been in a service where it was overpowering, you remember it.
Oh yeah. We had one of those about 15, 20 years ago on the historic campus.
It was overdone?
And I got way ahead of myself on how much incense we put into that thing. And I'm standing at the altar, and you come up 3 steps, and we go to the candlelight part of the service, and there's this cloud hanging about 10 feet above the congregation. It just settled in right there, because the heat was all up here, and so it couldn't rise but so high. And here's this cloud around there, It was really something. And where I was, I'm looking out, and the choir's above the cloud, and everybody else is below the cloud. It was like a thing of Moses and God coming down on the mountain, and this big cloud comes around. Yeah, whoa.
Oh man, don't you wish we had
So
video of that?
So I had to pull back on that. So.
Well, last year we had to practice in this building with the incense because we had never tried incense in this building since it had been built, and we didn't want to set off the fire alarms.
That's right, and it's sensitive in here too.
New buildings are very sensitive.
Oh yeah.
In their smoke detectors, like everywhere in here. So last year we did not set it off in the practice or the service. So
yeah,
we feel pretty
and
good about it.
those are different kind of services, and that gives them kind of a specialness in and of themselves.
I love it.
Combined to the specialness of it being Christmas, You know, and nostalgia. You know, there's a lot of different things
Lots
that
of
come
people
together.
have family with them and
A lot
dress
of things that come
up.
together. Yeah, very nice.
And the music, beautiful music. And one thing about Christmas services, because I was at the chapel on Sunday, you know the songs. So everybody sings.
Yeah, everybody sings.
I love that.
Yeah. And you know, for the Christmas and Easter services, we have a brass quintet. And those soldiers have been with us for a long time, and they're in the band at Paris Island. No, yeah, at Paris Island. That's where Jody gets them from. Billy Howell gets them. But we've been using the same group, and I think there might be one new one this year. The other one of them got transferred away or something. But they love all that. So about 25 minutes before the service starts, they start playing special
Yeah, it's beautiful.
brass songs, you know, and the choirs are there. So it'll be
We
real special.
hope they'll be able to play 25 minutes before the service. It's going to be kind of trying to work out logistics on moving the band from here across town.
So we got that
They
lined up.
got stuck in traffic last time.
Whoa.
So that's what
Where'd they get stuck?
In our parking lot. And there was a service at the Oyster Factory around about the same time of trying to get them there. So we have a different route selected.
So have you got the policeman that's here going to get them out?
Well, we're trying to work on the logistics of how we can get our people here just to don't rush out. Let the bus go first.
Yeah, but still, it'd be helpful to have that policeman get out there, and so they can make that left-hand turn. Is that what you're trying to do? Yeah, and it'd probably be smarter to go right straight down the parkway and.
Right. So the things that you know,
If anything
we have to
hits
think
on
about.
46, then you're stuck. That's good.
Yeah. So a lot goes into the Christmas services that you don't think about.
Christmas is on Sunday. Food bank is open on Monday.
Food bank is open on Monday, and they're doing the. We're also accepting donations. You can still bring donations on Christmas Eve. This week they need oatmeal and cereal. It's about the only real need that they have. But on the 26th, they will be open for the first. What?
They're not open that
The
evening.
first pickup. And they're not doing the 4:30 to 6.
Yeah.
So just the 12:30 to
And they'll be
12 to
open
2:30.
January 2nd too. won't
And they will be open on January 2nd. A lot of places, a lot of businesses, and our office will be closed on January 2nd since the 1st is on a Sunday, but a lot of businesses are closed. Food bank does not close
they? Yeah. Wonderful.
because we still want to feed the community.
And people are still hungry.
And people are still hungry. God's Goods is closed for 2 weeks, but they'll reopen after the new year.
Good.
And Kim Perry's going to be here on January the 10th with you for Ponderings to give an update on God's Goods and areas of need that they have coming up and what some of the money for missions has gone to this year. That continues to blow my mind every single year. So that's a beautiful thing.
All right, so what else you got for today? No more show and tell?
No more show and tell. That is it. Come to services on Christmas Eve.
Yeah. And bring somebody, bring a friend. Bring a friend.
And family.
Oh, yeah.
3 o'clock children's service, 4:30 contemporary cross point service at the Cross Gym, 6 o'clock high mass here in the chapel. That will be streamed. The 4:30 will also be streamed. 8 p.m. on the historic campus and 10 p.m. on the historic campus. I would recommend coming early to all of them. I've had lots of emails saying I'd like to make a reservation for so many seats, and my response is plan ahead.
Yep.
For especially historic campus parking. Plan ahead for parking and to get your seat because we don't save seats.
Nope. Nope. And then Christmas Day.
And Christmas Day, 10 a.m. quiet
Historic
service.
campus. Yep.
So,
All right. That's wonderful.
all right, so you go and you're going to go work on your preparation for your, do you do the same sermon Christmas Eve here that you will do on Christmas Day, or do you
I'll do the same.
kind of cut it down a little bit?
Yep. Same basic sermon, though.
All right. All right.
It'd be good.
We'll go in peace to love and serve the Lord.
Thanks
be to
be to
God.
God. See you when I see you. Never doubt God's love for you or mine.
Merry Christmas.